video. So, as the video shows, this is an afternoon in Rhodes, the Greek island of Rhodes. So every year I visit my parents in Turkey. They live in southern Turkey on a peninsula in a little town called Dacia. Absolutely stunning and beautiful town. It's surrounded by the Greek islands. The Greek islands wraps around that part of Turkey, and the closest, or the largest island, I should say, is Rhodes, Rhodos. Rhodes is an ancient city. The city itself is called Rhodes on the island of Rhodes, and it's gone through so many changes since the Middle Ages. At one time, it was constructed by the Knights Hospitaller, an order similar to the Knights Templar, designed to give aid and sustenance to pilgrims. And over the years, it changed hands, eventually falling to the Ottomans. But, you know, as you can see, an incredibly popular tourist destination. The city itself, the ancient city of Rhodes, so there is obviously a modern part outside of the ancient city of Rhodes. The ancient city of Rhodes is absolutely spectacular. So I always try to visit when I'm back in Turkey. So from Turkey, it's a relatively short ferry ride, about 40 minutes, and leaving from the Turkish port of Marmaris. And a lot of, as you can see, it's a lot of the original architecture still exists, and later on in the video you'll see some more very intact architecture. Once home to a thriving Jewish community, which during the Second World War, following the German invasion after Italy basically pulled out of the war, Italy had invaded, the Germans invaded and shipped off its remaining Jewish population to the camps in Poland. Very, very busy destination, full of restaurants, gift shops of all kinds. Here is the old part. Within the main area of the ancient city of Rhodes is another enclosed area which does cost €6 to get in, and this seems to dissuade a lot of visitors. But this is the Great Hall of the city, filled with tombstones, gravestones of Knights Hospitaller, dating back to some, I believe, to the 1300s. Anybody interested in that period of history, this is an absolutely must visit location. Just the history is just seeping from the walls. And the great thing about this part, again, not too many tourists do go in here, so it's you're away from the madding crowd a little bit, one day, one afternoon in Rhodes is absolutely not enough. If you are studying history and you want to explore, this is the place to go. So of course made time for a cigar, an Ave Maria cigar with a Knights Templar band. Thought it was quite fitting. So a very, very quiet part of Rhodes. Definitely worth the €6 to get in. Absolutely worth the €6. It was a very hot day. I think it was Celsius. I think we were looking at close to 36, 37 degrees. So there's a lot to see, an absolute phenomenal amount to see. You won't get bored. I believe some of these artifacts actually do date back to the Roman era as well. This is one of the main streets in the old city of Rhodes, where the different factions or country contributions to the Knights Templar had their headquarters. And again, the architecture is just pristine. Thankfully, it survived a lot of the German bombing that did take place at the end of the war. Stopped for lunch at the Peter Fan. This is a place you have to check out. We did have a meal earlier, which was at another location, which was absolutely dreadful. The Peter Fan, food is phenomenal, prices are great. Full meal, €14. So if you go off of the beaten track a little bit, away from the main shopping areas, restaurant areas, you will see a lot of very picturesque streets, alleyways, streets, where the tourists tend to avoid because there are no shops down here, no restaurants, no bars, coffee shops, or anything of that kind. So very relaxing. Very, you get a real sense of what Rhodes is like today, and just alleyway after alleyway of old houses. Obviously, people living there putting their laundry out. The ferry was, I think, the ferry to get from Marmaris to Rhodes, I think it was about 40, 30 euros return. And the experience is quite interesting. They haven't really upgraded or modernized the port at Rhodes, so you're going through a fairly old, antiquated passport control area. So be patient, it does take a while. There's a lot of people in a very confined space. This is the main gate leaving. There are a number of gates to access and leave Rhodes. This is, I think, the main gate and overlooking the harbour. So yeah, absolutely. I didn't shoot video of the actual main shopping street, but just absolutely jam-packed with tourists. But you can find some great deals. If you're looking for souvenirs, there's a lot of great souvenir shops. The prices are incredibly reasonable. So if you're ever in Turkey, in Greece, Rhodes is a must visit place. Thanks for watching, guys.